glory to God. It was an amazing night. I put the work in. I stayed disciplined throughout my camp. I was in tremendous shape. And T.O., he's a hell of a fighter, but I was the better man tonight.
Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
That performance from Shakur tonight just
made Teofimo look like a novice. I mean, that's how good he is. 120, 109, 108. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is that what you expected from Shakur? No?
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely.
Shakur Stevenson just put on an absolute clinic that left the entire boxing world in shock, while Teofimo Lopez looked like he did not even belong in the same ring. Conor Benn is out here talking a big game, but we all saw what Shakur did to a world-class champion like Teofimo Lopez, so Ben better be careful what he wishes for. This is the big leagues now, and Shakur is proving he is the boogeyman of the division that everyone is ducking.
Well, what was that about right there? What was Shakur saying to you in there?
If he wants it, he can get it next.
Right.
Ultimately, I ain't scared or worried about him.
Well, what did you think? What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, no, it was a great performance. He performed really well.
The energy in New York was electric as the grand challenger became the undisputed king of the night, and the heat Shakur brought was way too much for Teofimo to handle. You could feel the shift in the division the moment the first bell rang and Shakur started landing at will. Shakur was not just faster, he was physically stronger, and he knew it by the second round, which is just terrifying for anyone else at 135 pounds. He picked Teofimo Lopez apart like a scientific experiment and showed the world that there are levels to this boxing game.
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said,
Bruce Carrington saw exactly what we all saw, and that was a fighter whose reflexes are on another planet compared to the rest of the pack. Teofimo Lopez has a habit of getting out of position, and Shakur made him pay for every single mistake with surgical precision.
Man, Shakur looked phenomenal, dominant performance. Just what'd you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur got the
Claressa Shields was actually moved to tears by the absolute masterclass she witnessed, because she knows how much work Shakur has put in to get to this point. This was not just a win, it was a statement to every doubter that Shakur Stevenson is the real deal. If you think Shakur is the best pound-for-pound fighter right now, hit that like button and subscribe for more ringside coverage.
Shakur won emphatically, 119 I think to 109 with the scorecard, so basically like 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
One, shout out to New York. The Shoo Bruce Carrington, he's world champion now. I'm so proud of him.
Facts.
Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever, and to see him for world champion tonight, I was bawling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He shine every time he come out to see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he get a 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz.
The boxing world is starting to realize that skill-wise nobody can touch Shakur right now, and even moving up to face bigger guys like Conor Benn does not seem impossible. Shakur is becoming a 4-division world champion, while making elite-level competition look like they are just beginners.
Able to avoid shots. Shakur is just on his A game. He's sharper, he's stronger, he's better, and now he's a 4-division world champion. I'm so proud of him.
He called out Conor Benn right after. You think that fight ends up happening probably 147?
Only thing I don't like about the Conor Ben fight is how big he is, but as far as skill-wise, I think Shakur is better. He's a better fighter than Conor.
Danny Jacobs kept it real by saying this fight was not about heart or grit, but about the sheer talent gap that exists between these two men. When your jab is leading the way and controlling the entire pace of a world championship fight, you are in complete control.
Teofimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur. And I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit, it wasn't about heart, it was about sheer.
The critique of Teofimo Lopez is getting brutal because many pros felt like he just went through the motions instead of really trying to change the fight. When you are facing a superior boxer, you have to take risks, but Teofimo just looked lost in the sauce out there.
Hey yo, sometimes you just gotta grab your nuts and you just gotta put balls to the wall, unfortunately. But that's just what it is. And sometimes when you think you can keep up with a boxer that's superior to you, you want to try to go with the motion rather than going with what can potentially get you. Because boxing is, you can be losing every round and then the last round you get a lucky or a really confident shot that can knock somebody out. But he didn't try to me. Love the kid, talented kid. I mean, he kept his, kept his grit tonight, but it just wasn't enough. It was like I won't say a landslide, but it was just a difference in talent tonight.
Edgar Berlanga called it from the start, and he was not surprised at all to see Shakur spank Teofimo for 12 straight rounds in a one-sided affair. Shakur is a special talent who has been doing this since the amateurs, and he is only getting better as the lights get brighter.
Easy work. My brother Shakur spanked his ass 12 rounds like I told him he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my brother, man. He did his thing, man. What stood out the most with Shakur right now? Say it again? What stood out the most with Shakur? Huh? What stood out the most with Shakur tonight versus Teofimo? Wait, what you said? What stood out the most? Oh, Shakur. I already knew he was going to box his ass out. Like, he was going to box him out. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? Shakur's a special talent in the sport of boxing, man. And he's been like that since the amateur.
Keyshawn Davis was going crazy backstage watching his brother dismantle a top-tier fighter, like it was just a regular sparring session in the gym. The confidence is through the roof, and calling out Conor Ben right after the fight shows that Shakur is looking for the biggest challenges.
I'm just going crazy. Like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Tio up. Like, it's not even a close fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just happy for him. Super happy for him.
Man, he called out Conor Ben. You guys both trying to maybe co-main and main event in the UK with all these UK guys?
Hey, man, how big this event was, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. Listen.
Even the pound-for-pound king Terence Crawford was not surprised because he already knew that Shakur Stevenson was going to come into New York and take that belt. The transition from undefeated challenger to world champion was as smooth as anyone has ever seen in this sport.
Yes, sir! And the new! We already know it. We already know it. And new!
Coach Wally Moses is looking at the bigger picture, and this win was a major brick in the legacy that Shakur Stevenson is building round by round. Winning titles at 140 pounds opens up a whole new world of possibilities for a fighter who seems to have no ceiling.
Man, I'm very excited. I said this was another legacy fight for him, and
Absolutely.
he got a chance to, establish his legacy once again, winning another title at 140 pounds. So I'm very enthusiastic about his future and very proud.
The old saying that skills pay the bills was proven true once again, and Teofimo Lopez now knows exactly where he stands in the hierarchy of boxing. He might be able to bounce back, but the lesson he learned tonight from Shakur is one he will never forget.
That's it, skills pay the bills, right? And what is your final thoughts on Keyshawn's performance?
Oh, Keyshawn was going to win. I didn't see the whole fight, but I knew Keyshawn was going to win from day one.
Yeah.
He worked pretty hard for this camp. Yeah, he worked really hard. So I'm not surprised, and I knew he was going to win as well.
Absolutely. He's the first man to stop Jermaine Ortiz. Checo couldn't do it. Even Teofimo couldn't do it. And Teo fought Shakur tonight. So you got to give a lot of respect to Keyshawn, right?
Yeah, a lot of respect. Right. And I'll give respect to Teo, too, for taking the fight.
Absolutely.
Teofimo Lopez showed respect after the fight, but you could hear the frustration in his voice as he realized his best was not enough to stop the Shakur train. He put everything on the line, but sometimes you just run into a fighter who is operating on a different frequency.
I can say a lot of things, still gonna be the wrong thing. Great guy, great fighter. We came out here, we went, we took everything, we put everything on the line. They ain't have nothing to lose. But
Eddie Hearn noted that the golfing levels of talent were just phenomenal, and Shakur looked like he could have gone 40 rounds without even breaking a sweat. His footwork and shot selection were so out of this world that he could have probably finished the fight if he wanted.
Expected to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal, and I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds. Shakur, like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
The streets of New York and the fans from Brownsville were out in full force to support their own, and Shakur did not disappoint by putting on a clinic. Losing only one round across all 3 scorecards is the definition of a shutout in a high-stakes world title fight.
Papoose, man, New York City. Bruce Shushu carried him first from New York City. You know, what did you think about his performance?
Amazing. That's Brownsville. You already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
And man, Shakur, dominant. Lost 1 round on all 3 scorecards.
Boxing masterclass, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to congrats to Shakur. Well deserved, man. An amazing show tonight.
He talked about fighting Conor Ben afterwards, obviously moving up even more, right? He already moved up this time. It's a big step. What happens?
It don't matter who Shakur fight. In this prime, nobody gonna stop him.
This is the work ethic of a true champion, because Shakur has been studying his opponent since the amateur days, and he knew exactly what Teofimo was going to do. When you do your homework, and you have the talent, the result is always going to be dominant.
I think that I studied him. I've been watching him for years. I seen Teo when we was in the amateurs. Everything that I seen was...
Shakur Stevenson just shut the world up and proved that there are absolute golfing levels to this elite game. Teofimo Lopez came in talking all that trash, but he was made to look like a complete novice by a warrior who is officially the Floyd Mayweather of our generation. When you have legends like Lennox Lewis and Terrence Crawford confirming you won every single round, you know the greatness is undeniable. Teofimo Lopez had no answer for the reflexes and the surgical timing that kept him at bay from the very first bell. The boxing world is attacking Teofimo Lopez because while he promised fireworks, he ended up just going through the motions against a vastly superior talent. Even with global icons like Anthony Joshua and the heavyweights making noise, the real story is Shakur Stevenson becoming a 4-division world champion and making it look like easy work. This was a psychological demolition where Shakur Stevenson stayed steps ahead of every plan his opponent tried to execute. Now the DMs are flying and the target is on Conor Ben, but if he is not willing to sign that rehydration clause, then he is just wasting time. Shakur Stevenson is the elite king of the mountain, and tonight proved he is truly untouchable in the ring. Are you backing the masterclass of Shakur Stevenson? Or do you think a big bully like Conor Ben can actually pull the upset? Drop your thoughts below.